Hello and thank you for joining us on the news at 4 p.m. on Africa News 24 TV. I am Praise Adeleke. Let's dive into the bulletin, shall we? President Bola Tinubu has ordered round-the-clock elevated surveillance over major forest corridors in Kwara, Kebbi and Niger states following a surge in abduction across the region. The directive announced through the presidency mandates the Nigerian Air Force to maintain continuous monitoring of identified hideouts used by kidnappers, while ground troops intensify clearance operation. The move follows recent mass abduction, including kidnapping of more than 20 residents from Isakpa community in Kwara State. Officials, however, says the decision aims to disrupt the activity of armed groups who have taken advantage of remote forest areas to carry out attacks and hold victims, while the government noted that the identities and general location of several criminal gangs are known, but warned that indiscriminate airstrike could endanger abducted civilians being held in the same areas. Authorities say the combined air and ground operation is expected to continue until security is restored across the targeted regions. And now the Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered an indefinite suspension of the 4 billion money laundering trial of former Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano following a request by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Justice Mohammed Umar approved the adjournment after the EFCC lead counsel, Silvanus Tahir, requested the pause to the court that can decide whether the former trial judge, Justice Iyang Ewo, who previously heard 9 witnesses before his suspension, can return to conclude the matter. Obiano's lawyer, Onyechi Ikpeazu, however, did not oppose the request. The defense had previously sought to quash the charges, challenging the court's jurisdiction, but the application was dismissed, allowing the trial to proceed before Justice Ewo's suspension. With the latest ruling, the matter has been adjourned indefinitely, leaving the trial without a new date and extending the already prolonged legal process surrounding the allegations. 13 governors from southern Nigeria has arrived in Iperu, Ogun State for the Southern Governors Forum meeting hosted by the forum's chairman and Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakpo Abiodun. Those present include Anambra State Governor and Vice Chairman of the Forum, Chukwuma Soludo, Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Ekiti State Governor, Biodun Oyebanji, Abia State Governor, Alex Oti, Ondo State Governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, Enugu State Governor, Peter Umba, Ebonyi State Governor, Francis Umfuru, and Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara. Also in attendance, represented by their deputies, are the governors of Edo, Osun, Cross River, and Oyo states. Governors from all 17 southern states are expected at the strategic meeting, which is focusing on security, state and community policing, and strengthening interstate collaboration. The 19 northern governors have scheduled an emergency meeting for November 29th in Kaduna, following rising security concerns across the region. The meeting comes shortly after Southwest governors held a similar parley at the Oyo State Governor's office in Ibadan on Monday. At that gathering, Southwest leaders agreed it was time to establish state police to curb the rising wave of bandit attack. Confirming the Northern Governors meeting, the Senior Special Assistant to the Nasarawa State Governor, Peter Ahemba, said the Saturday session has become necessary as anxiety grows over the recent closure of schools across several communities. 5 unidentified and decomposed bodies have been found along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway near the boundary between the Federal Capital Territory and Niger State. The victims were reportedly found lying face down, their face blindfolded with black cloth, an indication they may have already been killed elsewhere and dumped at the sea. Police operatives who visited the location recovered 2 empty AK-47 rifle shells and an Android phone as part of ongoing investigations. And now in business, United Nigeria Airlines chairman Obiora Okonkwo has warned Multiple taxes and high operational costs are threatening the survival of Nigerian airlines. He said despite expanding to routes like Accra, operators struggle to remain competitive due to heavy levies and infrastructure challenges. According to him, passengers on the Nigeria-Ghana route pay up to $100 in charges, while airlines face fuel costs and steep interest rates on loan. These expenses, he noted, wipe out profit margins and make ticket prices unaffordable for many travelers. Okonkwo urged the government to cut taxes and provide single-digit financing, stressing that aviation is essential to economic growth. Without reforms, he warned, more domestic airlines may shut down, leaving the market to foreign carriers. And on the foreign scene, at least 4 people have died after a major fire broke out today at Wangfu Court, a high-risk residential estate in Taipo, Hong Kong. The blaze, which began quickly, spread across multiple towers, fueled in part of bamboo scaffolding used for ongoing renovations. Several residents were confirmed injured and hospitalized, with some reported in critical conditions, while emergency crews battled the fire as authorities conducted rescue operations, though the exact number of people still trapped remains unclear. Officials say the fire heightened political vulnerabilities in building safety, particularly the use of flammable scaffolding materials. However, the cause of the fire is under investigation. Wangfu Court, built in the 1980s, houses roughly 2,000 apartments. The incident has raised concerns about fire prevention and safety standards in older, populated residential complexes in Hong Kong. And now in sport, after its debut on the Lagos waterways in October 2025, E1 Series, the world's first all-electric race boat championship, returned to Nigeria for the second successive season, as its 2026 calendar will see the world's fastest electric boats compete across 4 continents. The E1 began last year in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and Lagos became the first city in Africa to host the championship in October 2025. Team Brazil seized the African spectacle race for the second season to claim the first ever win at the E1 Lagos GP. Team Brady, owned by NFL star Tom Brady, sealed the second consecutive E1 World Championship title earlier this month in Miami, and the series is set for a 3rd season with races in 8 countries, including Lagos, Nigeria, which now hosts the 6th race of the season from October 3rd to 4th, 2026. The new season will begin in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia in January and move to Europe in April, with E1's return to the beautiful setting of Lake Como in Italy, followed by Croatia in June. Then the championship heads to the glamorous and iconic shores of the Monaco in mid-July, which will see new entrant team Monaco compete in front of its home crowd for the first time. From there, E1 travels to the African continent with a return to Lagos, Nigeria, which delivered record crowds and an electric atmosphere when it first visited in 2025. Ahead of the new season, the founder of E1, Alejandro Agag, and the CEO of E1, Rodi Basso, said the series will continue to drive sustainability. On entertainment, Davido, Mavo, Marave, Ecool, and several South African artists have joined forces for a new anthem titled Galarizi, released on Wednesday, November 26th. Powered by DJ Ecool and DJ Vibrant's Amapiano production, the track delivers a lively blend of Afrobeat and dance floor energy. The release immediately trended on social media, with fans praising its star power and party-ready feel. Mavo's appearance has been widely noted, reinforcing his rapid rise following a standout year, marked by viral hits and major collaborations. With its upbeat rhythm and celebratory theme, Galarizi is already shaping up to be one of the season's biggest festive anthems, signaling a strong close to the year for the artists involved and boosting anticipation for their upcoming projects. And that's all the news at 4 p.m. on African News 24 TV. Join us at 6 for more updates. I am Praise Adeleke. Bye for now.